Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Russell with Ink and Paper Blog. Happy Friday. How was your week? I hope it was very, very good. I traveled in the start of the week for work, which was really nice because I went to a city that I had never been to. And then I came home. Work was, as always, pretty crazy. I was able to finish a book. I'm almost done with another book, and I started a book this week. I want to say yesterday or the day before. So my reading's going along fairly nicely this week. I am actually really excited to come to you with this video because this is going to be very much a more chatty video where we sort of just discuss reading philosophies. And the reason that I'm doing this video is because lately I've been getting a few comments where people have asked me if I dislike books ever, do I ever talk about books that I don't like, or one person asked me to do videos about popular books that I hate so that I could just talk about why I hate them. And I really started to think about that, and I started to sort of discuss with myself, how would I answer that question? So I'm here to talk to you guys about it today. I think we're all friends, so we're going to share some information. So I thought I would start with sort of giving you guys and gals an idea of how my weeks are and when I get my reading in. So first things first, so Monday through Friday, I'm pretty structured. I get up at 4 a.m. if I'm home, and I walk my dogs, and then I come back to the house, and I usually feed them, and then I'm at work by about 5:15 in the morning. I work to anywhere between 4:30-ish and 5, so I usually get home probably between 5 and 5:30. That's usually my normal thing if I am present. If I am working out of town, I tend to work later hours because I'm not home and I don't have the kids or the husband that I want to rush home to. So when I get home from work, it's usually to walk the dogs. We walk the dogs together, and then sort of family time, dinner, and usually my reading happens probably from about 9:15, 9:20 till I go to sleep about 10:30. That is sort of my weekends. My weekdays. On Saturday, I get up an hour later. I get up at 5, and I usually am to work by 6:15. And I don't work all day on Saturdays. I usually get home about 11:30. And then it's family time, whatever we have planned. We spend a lot of time with our dogs. You guys know, they're our kids. We love them. We take them places. We can do stuff with our friends and so on and so forth. And I usually get more reading done on Saturday, usually a good 2 or 3 hours. And then on top of that, on Sunday is my real reading day. I do not go to work on Sundays. I get up at 6 as well, but I walk my dogs and then I make coffee. And you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, have probably seen me in my big pile of dogs and blankets and books and coffee. It's very much my Sunday. I absolutely love it, and I try to do it every Sunday that I can. And why am I telling you this? Because I'm trying to stress, and I just want you guys, and I know it's a lot of you guys too, reading is absolutely my passion and my hobby, and it is my escape. So absolutely my escape from everything going on. So when work is stressful and I can just get lost in a really amazing book, that is really, for me, the most important part of reading. And my channel is all about sharing with you my love of books and my love of reading. And because my time is so constrained with when I actually get to read and how much time I have to read, that I usually will not continue to read a book I'm not enjoying. So if I start a book, and this didn't start actually until my late 30s, but if I start a book and I am just not feeling it, I don't continue. I only read books that I'm enjoying because reading is so finite in my life, but such an important part of my life. I don't want to spend it reading something I'm not enjoying, and I sort of refuse to allow it to happen for 2 reasons. 1, I don't have time. And 2, when I find myself reading a book I'm not liking, it usually slows me down, and then it puts me in a funk when I'm done, and it usually affects my overall reading. And so I don't want that to happen. So if I'm not enjoying a book, I usually will just walk away. Now, there are a couple of instances where I'll push myself through. If I'm trying to read like a long list or a list for any sort of award or literary award, I will push through even if I'm not liking it, because I want to make sure that I finish the books in order to have a conversation about them when I discuss a long list or short list. So that's one thing. I will do that. If it is a book club book, so I am in a book club that meets every quarter, and if I'm not enjoying it, I will push myself through, just because I know how important it is to be a participant in my book club. I love my book club, love the people in my book club. So it's really important that I do as much as I can to be a participating member of that, even if I don't really enjoy the book. I want to talk about it. And then there's sort of this other thing. So I am a firm believer, and this is me personally, it has nothing to do, it's no judgment on anyone else, but I do not feel that if I don't finish a book that I can review it. I don't think it's fair to the book. I don't think it's fair to the author, especially if I read like 50 or 60 pages of it. My opinion is, I can tell you I wasn't feeling the book. I could tell you, you know what, I didn't like the topic, I didn't like the writing, but I don't know how that actually winds up in its finale, in its final phases. And so I don't think personally it's not for me. I'm not going to be the one who talks about it if I don't finish it. Mainly because I feel like I owe it to the book and the author. If I'm going to have an opinion, I better have read all the pages. So that's really important to me. Also, I'm never, ever going to read a book just to have something bad to say. I am not that person. I know you guys probably know me through the camera. I'm not the one you come to when you just really want to badmouth and talk mean about something. That's not me or someone. It's not who I am. Now, I will definitely call out books if I think they are racist, homophobic, transphobic, sexist, if I think that there are issues. And I have talked about books that I haven't liked on this channel. The Mayor by Mary Gaskill, They're There by Tommy Orange. All books that I didn't really, 2 books of a list that I didn't really care for, but I definitely talked about them on my channel, but I thought that I was able to have a good conversation because I had finished them. But I'm not going to sit there and sort of tear a book apart just so that I have something negative to say. I will never do books that I hate videos. That is not who I am as a person. And I don't want that to be, I just don't like that sort of negative energy. And I think a lot of people do, and a lot of people love those videos, and that is great. There's a lot of channels you can watch that will give you that sort of content, but that's not going to come from me. So that is sort of why, when it seems like I will talk about books and I feel that I am really fair and even, and sometimes I'll tell you about the books and say like, it was okay, I didn't hate it, I didn't love it, so I finished it, but I try to tell you about the books that I'm loving, and it comes down to this factor as well. So I am absolutely blessed that publishers send me stuff that I request, but I really only request books that I'm super interested in reading because I'm entertained by the topic, I love the author, I'm interested about the style. So I'm only really requesting and or purchasing books that I'm really drawn to. I don't go out to buy a book just because it's popular, because if I don't think I'm going to love it, I'm not going to read it, so it'll just wind up on the TBR shelf for 100 years. So I'm only picking up books that I know that are really passionate topics for me, authors that are passionate for me, things that I want to get to know stuff about. So I know going out, the books that are in my house or coming in my house are usually stuff that I am really drawn to, so that pretty much starts you down the path of the fact that I'm probably going to like it because it's something that I really wanted or I went out of my way to get my hands on. And then on top of that, if I start a book that I requested, that I liked the idea of, and I didn't like it, as I said, I'm not going to continue. And you know what? That author has put a lot of work, the publisher has put a lot of work into it. If I don't continue, it goes back to my philosophy, I don't feel that I have the opinion because I don't have all of it. I don't have the whole package. I'm not entitled to opinion. That's sort of my opinion on that topic. So the thing is, a lot of my read and reviews, I do talk about books and I tend to like them. And that is because I tend to read the books I like. I really want to share the books with you that I love because I feel like my job as a booktuber is really to get books into your hands that I'm passionate about, that I want you guys to read because I think you will love them. And that's what I really want to do with my channel. I really want my channel to always be somewhere where you can come and know Russell's going to talk about books that he thinks that I am going to want to read, and he's going to tell me why they would be good for me. And that's what I want. I want sort of that positive energy to flow out, and I want to share books and titles. You know, I don't read all of the popular stuff. I tend to read stuff that's, you know, maybe a little bit more off the beaten path. And I really, really want to encourage people to read those stuff, because those are the stories that really mean the most to me and really touch me as a reader. And I get to share it with you, which is absolutely my favorite part about having this BookTube channel. And I hope that sort of answers the question. So I want to make it absolutely clear that I am always honest and I'm always truthful about any book that I read. I try not to tell any sort of fabrications, no matter who sent it to me and or why it's in my house. I will be honest with you. But that being said, I don't have a ton of time to read, so I want to read the stuff that makes me happy. And I hope that that's why you guys read. I really hope that we as a bookish community here on Ink and Paper Blog and all through BookTube, we're reading the books that make us happy and challenge us and add to our intellect and cause us to think and have discussions. That's really what I want to propagate with what I do here. So I hope that that comes across in all my videos. I absolutely adore all of you, and I really hope that you guys really like hearing me rave and talk about books and tell you why I love them, so that you'll go out and get them, because that is absolutely the best part, is when I get comments. Like I got a comment the other day, and I've gotten many comments like this, but they touch me every time, where a gentleman told me that he was in Target buying dog food, and he walked by and the editor by Stephen Rowley was there, and he had heard my review and he just couldn't not purchase it. That is why I do this job. And it's not even a job. That's why I do BookTube, because that's what I want to do. And I have made friends by books, and I have talked to people about books. And when people on Twitter, a young lady just tweeted that she got Naima by Sarah Blake in the mail, and she tagged me in that. That is absolutely why I do this, and I want to share my love of all the books that I read with you, so that you guys will out and experience them too. So I hope you liked this video. I haven't done a real chatty video like this in quite some time. I just sort of thought I would share with you sort of my reading philosophy, why I do what I do, how I do it, and sort of answer that question. Do I like every book I read? Probably, because I only read the books I like. If you are a return subscriber, I am very thankful. If you are new to my channel and this is my first video with you, I hope you like getting to come back for some of my book reviews. As always, until next time, I wish you happy reading, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!